Okay, we're going to go over lesson 87, which is multiplying two-digit numbers. So, for example, we have 34 times 12. We have never done this before. We have only taken something by one digit before, so like 34 times 2. We've never had that second digit there, okay? So, I'm going to show you two methods. We're going to go over the first method right now. This is called partial products. So, I'm going to first take 34 and I'm going to multiply it by the ones digit first. So, 34 times 2. Okay. 34 times 2. You can work that out in your head. If you can't, set it up vertically. 34 times 2 is 68. Okay, so that's the first step. Then I'm going to take 34 times the tens place. So since there's a 1 in the tens place, this is just a 10 then. So 34 times 10. Cover up that 0. 34 times 1 is 34, and you have 1 0 to add on at the end. So together we get 68 and 340. But we need to add those two together. So once you add them up, I need to move this 68 over so it's in the right place value. There we go. 8 plus 0 is 8. 6 plus 4 is 10. Carry the 1. 1 plus 3 is 4. So 34 times 12 is 408. Now that's the first method. There's one more method I'm going to show you. Alright, so this method, your second method, I'm just going to call it old school because this is the traditional way that most people know how to solve multiplication problems, and I'm sure this is the way that your parents know too. So, I'm going to do the same exact thing as I did in the partial products. I'm going to take 34 and I'm going to multiply it by the ones place first. Okay? This is just like we've always done it. If you didn't have this 1 there, it would be like how you have been solving it, okay? So we're not dealing with the 1 yet. So I'm going to start in the ones place. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 3 is 6. Okay. Now, I'm done in the ones place. So you can put a slash through it if you want, or an X to know you're done with the ones place. Okay. I'm going to move over to the tens place now. So I'm going to be taking 34 times 10 because this 1 is in the tens place. So since 34, I'm multiplying it by 10, it's a multiple of 10, so that means I'm going to have to put this 0 right here. Okay. So now I can solve it regular, and I can just use the digits now. 1 times 4 is 4. 1 times 3 is 3. So I still went in the same order as I did before. I always start with the ones, and then I go to the tens. Okay. Now, once I'm done with that, I can add these two products together to find my answer. 8 and 0 make 8. 6 and 4 is 10. 1 and 3 make 4. So 34 times 12 is 408. All right, we're going to go over the example on page 554. They ask us to multiply 31 and 23 together. So I'm going to keep showing you the old school way. If you do like the partial products method, go back to the beginning and watch how to do that. Otherwise, I'm going to keep showing this traditional way. So I'm going to start by taking 31 times 3. I'm going to pretend I'm not working with this 2 yet. I'm just taking 31 times 3. So I'm going to start in the ones place. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 3 is 9. Okay, now we're done with that 3. Now I can move on to our 2, which is in the tens place, so I need to put a 0 down here because tens always have a 0 at the end. Okay. So now I'm just going to work with the digits and start with the ones place again. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 3 is 6. Now I just need to add these together to find my total product. 3 and 0 are 3. 9 and 2 make 11. 1 and 6 make 7. So my answer for 31 times 23 is 713. Now, if you understand this and you think you can just rewind these to watch for help, go ahead and do that. Otherwise, I'm going to go over a couple of the examples from the lesson practice just so you can see more of these. Okay, I'm going to go over letter A from the lesson practice. 32 times 23. Now, if you want to try this on your own, I would solve it first and hit pause on the video, and then jump back in once you finish it to see if you got the right answer. And if you didn't, then you can walk through the problem with me, okay? So, I'm going to start with 32 times 3. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 3 is 9. I'm done with that 3 right here. Now I can take 32 times 20. I'm going to put my 0 here. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 3 is 6. Now I can add my products together to find my total product. 6 and 0 make 6. 9 and 4 are 13. 1 and 6 is 7. So my answer for 32 times 23 is 736. All right, I'm going over letter B now from the lesson practice. 23 times 32. So I'm going to first start with this 2 right here. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times this 2 is 4. Now I'm done with this 2. I'm going to cross it out. Now I'm moving on to 23 times 30. So I'm going to put my 0 down here. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 2 is 6. I'm going to add them together. 6 and 0 is 6. 4 and 9 is 13. 1 and 6 is 7. Now, I get the same answer as I did for letter A, and the reason is because in letter A, you were taking 32 times 23. And in letter B, you're taking 23 times 32. So they just switched these up on you. Okay, letter C from lesson practice, 43 times 12. We're going to start with this 2 right here. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 4 is 8. Now I can cross off that 2 because we're done using it. Now I'm going to be using this 1 right here, which is in the tens place. So we're actually taking 43 times 10. So that means I'm going to put my 0 here. 1 times 3 is 3. 1 times 4 is 4. Now I add up these products to find my total product. 6 and 0 make 6. 8 and 3 is 11. And 1 and 4 make 5. So my answer for 43 times 12 is 516. Letter D on lesson practice. I'm going to start with this one right here. 1 times 4 is 4. 1 times 3 is 3. I'm all done with that one now, so I'm going to cross it off. You don't have to cross it off. I just like to do that to show you that we're done working with it. So now we're just taking 34 times 20. And I know that this 2 is equal to a 20 because it's in the tens place. So since it's in the tens place, I do need to put a 0 down here to hold the place. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 3 is 6. Then I add these together to find my product. 4 plus 0 is 4. 3 plus 8 is 11. And 1 plus 6 is 7. So my product for 34 times 21 is 714. Now I hope these videos helped you. Like I said, if you are struggling with E, F, G, and H, or any of them really, give me a call, shoot me a message or an email. I want to help you through this. This is all new stuff and this is pretty hard, okay? So don't feel bad if you don't understand this. I will walk you through it, okay? The more practice we do, the easier it'll get. Right away it's confusing, just like long division was confusing and hard right away. So is this. This is going to be until we keep practicing, okay? So push through it. Good luck. Let me know if you have questions.